Hey guys, Chris with Double Eagle Gunworks, and we're out here on the range today, and we're going to be taking a look at the Smith & Wesson Shield EZ9. Of course, you got the gun, and it's going to have come in the bag, and it's got the empty chamber indicator in there. Take that out, and got one magazine in the gun. And then you open up the box here a little bit more. You got another magazine, and then the cable lock that comes for the gun. It is required now. You got an Allen wrench to adjust a. I think it's a lock here on the side of the slide to be able to do something with the extractor and everything here. And then you got all the paperwork and everything that comes in the box. So, it doesn't come with the hard plastic case like a lot of other guns do nowadays, but this is not a more expensive gun, so it they just comes in the standard Smith & Wesson cardboard box. But the gun itself, really nice looking gun. This one's just got the standard 3-dot white dot sights on it. This one does have the thumb safety with it, and the EZ versions have the grip safety on it here as well. And then your magazine release and all the controls are on just the left side of the gun. You can switch the magazine release if you want to over to the right side, but everything else is just on the left. So this one's set up to be used more for a right-handed shooter rather than the left hand. The safety is ambidextrous, but that's the only thing on the gun that's ambidextrous. So it does have the Picatinny rail at the front underneath the dust cover there, and so you can mount a light or a laser or something on the bottom of it if you want to. And it comes with just two 8-round magazines, because that's the only capacity on this one is just 8 rounds, so you have 8 rounds plus one in the chamber for the gun itself. This one is the one that's supposed to be easier to rack on the slide than your standard Shield version is, and had it out and doing a little bit of shooting, and it does seem to be a lot lighter recoil spring on there to make it a lot easier for you to rack. So when I first got this one, just picked it up this week, and overall I'm really liking the gun so far. It's got a grip safety here on the back strap that you've got to depress to be able to pull the trigger. This one also is the one that has the thumb safety version on it. Just got standard 3-dot white sights, but it's real easy to get on target. The shooting that I've done so far with it seems to be pretty well dead on with the sights there. It comes with two standard 8-round magazines, so it's not a real high capacity gun. It's not like your SIG 365s, the Hellcats, where you can get 12, 13 rounds in the gun. But it's a very nice size gun. Fits my hand pretty well. When you have the magazine in it, I can get pretty well a full 3-finger grip on the bottom of it. The pinky's kind of half on, half off on the grip, but very comfortable to shoot. I had one of the original Shield models that came out several years ago, and I never could really get used to shooting the thing. It just didn't feel right in my hand. It was it felt too small. I couldn't get a good grip on the gun, so I finally got rid of it because I never did shoot it very well. But this one, this is the model 2.0. So it's the newer version of the Shield, and with the EZ, it's a lot easier to rack than your standard Shield models, and so it's pretty comfortable. They've actually, looks like the size is a little bit bigger than what it was on the original Shield models. I think the original Shield that I had, I could only get 2 fingers on it. Couldn't get the 3rd finger at all on it, so that was one reason I really didn't like shooting it, because I couldn't get a good grip on the thing. And I think it's gotten a little bit longer overall. I have to go back and look at the dimensions of the original model, but I'm thinking that the slide is a little bit longer on it. It's got some really nice serrations on the back, and it's also the last ones here, the back of the slide actually comes out a little bit wider than the slide itself, to make it easier to have something to hold on to when you're gripping the slide. So they've done several things to make it a lot easier for you to rack this one. Nice serrations in that the extensions on the back of the gun there, and just I guess it's a lighter recoil spring that they've got in there. But nice looking gun, and feels good in your hand. The grip is, for me, it's a little bit small, just because it is a single stack magazine, but it's big enough that I can get a good grip on it, and it feels comfortable when I'm holding it. And with the shooting that I've done with it so far, it's been pretty easy to shoot, minimal recoil. I mean, it's a 9mm, so it's going to have a little bit of recoil, but it's not bad at all. Really like the way the gun shoots. Okay, we got it loaded up with just some standard 115 grain ammunition. There's some hand loads that I made up, just fairly moderate power load. It's not a real high pressure load, but just kind of standard for a 9mm. So let's do some shooting. Okay, I like this one. Got some good grouping with the gun. Necessarily wasn't going for all accuracy today. I was wanting to shoot it fairly quick to see how it did, as far as being able to reacquire the target and get it back on target as quick as possible, and get it lined back up. So I was able to keep everything pretty tight together there. Just had a couple that was a little bit higher and lower, but for the most part, everything's pretty well where I was aiming. And so I really like the gun. I like the way it shoots. So I'd recommend it. So if you're looking for a nice carry gun, check out the Shield EZ9. It's a good shooter. I mean, it has very minimal recoil on the gun. Very easy to keep on target. Can, as I just saw there, shoot it fairly fast, keep it on target, and still make pretty good hits with the thing. It's real quick on getting it back on target. The sights are really, the white dots really stand out. It's easy to pick them up and get everything back on target. The gun is very comfortable to hold on to. I actually used this one today in a ladies class that I did, and both of the ladies liked it, one more than the others. So she's going to be on the lookout now for a Shield 9 EZ, if she can find one. I'm going to try to locate one for her. But the other student liked it as well. And this is one that even my wife doesn't feel too bad about. She can rack this one pretty easy, and she doesn't normally like semi-autos because she doesn't like racking the slides. And the only problem that she's had with it is it is set up more for a right-handed person with all the controls on the left-hand side of the gun, so she has problems doing it since she's a left-handed shooter. Got to figure out how to manipulate everything with the non-dominant hand there when she's shooting left-handed. But other than that, the gun's been real easy to shoot, and I've been pretty impressed with it. So it's I think it's going to be a real good addition to the guns that I use for my class, and I think a lot of people are going to like it. I've seen a lot of positive reviews on the web for it as well, and so if you're looking for a good concealed carry gun that's a good size for you to still get a decent amount of rounds in, and something that will be easy to conceal but also pretty easy to rack and everything, the Shield EZ would be a very good choice for you to take a look at. So I think be a great option for you. So check out doublelegalgunworks.com for more information, and like and subscribe down at the bottom.